Hi, I'm Jenny Creighton, a member of the Public Relations team at State Civil Service. During the election season, SCS gets a lot of questions about what classified state employees can and cannot do when it comes to political activities. This video is going to answer some of the most frequently asked questions and offer some guidance on how to avoid common violations. Question 1.
Can classified state employees participate in the political process at all?
Yes, classified state employees are allowed to take part in the political process in their community. However, there are rules about publicly demonstrating or financially supporting candidates, political parties, and factions. Today, we'll talk more about the ways you can and can't participate in the political process. Question 2.
What political activities are prohibited on social media?
Let's start with what you can do on social media. You can follow a candidate's page for informational purposes, but you cannot interact with that page. This means you cannot like the page, post on the page, share something from the page, or comment on the page or a post on that page. And this extends to all elections across the country, not just for elections in Louisiana. For example, you can't like, share, or comment about a politician in another state. Also, you cannot like, share, or comment on a post created about or during a national convention or political debate. On your own page, you cannot create a post in support of or in opposition to a candidate or a political party. For example, you cannot post a picture of you wearing a t-shirt or hat that supports a candidate or political party. Question 3.
Can classified state employees attend political events like fundraisers and rallies?
It depends on the type of the event. You may attend a free function open to the public where all candidates are invited, and any or all of the candidates attend to speak or present their views. The key word here is all. That means all the candidates involved in the election, not just all of the candidates from a particular political party. You can even attend an inaugural celebration or victory party after election night that is not a fundraiser. However, if it is a fundraising event, you may not attend, even if someone gives you a ticket. You cannot attend a fundraising event regardless of any personal circumstances. For example, even if your mother is being honored at a political fundraising event, you cannot attend because the event supports a specific candidate. Question 4.
How can I show support for a political candidate?
Simple answer, you can't, not publicly at least. This means you cannot post a political sign in your yard. You cannot put a candidate's bumper sticker on your car. When you are in public, you cannot wear a shirt or a hat or any type of clothing or accessories that show support for or opposition to a candidate. This also extends to financial support. You cannot make or solicit contributions directly or through a business for any candidate or political party. For example, if you are part owner of a family business, that business cannot make a donation to a political candidate. In addition, you may not take an active part in a campaign or in the management of a political party. You cannot volunteer your time or effort. For example, you can't distribute campaign material, solicit contributions or vote, or serve on a committee or political party. Question 5.
What happens if a classified state employee participates in prohibited political activity?
Let's be clear, these are not suggestions. Certain political activities are prohibited by law. This means the employee's action will have consequences. The State Civil Service Commission has the authority to order disciplinary action up to and including termination from the classified state service. These are just a few of the political activities you can and cannot do as a classified state employee. For a complete and detailed listing of the rules, we invite you to visit the State Civil Service website. By following these rules, we can ensure a fair and ethical workplace for everyone, where we create a positive and respectful environment. Thank you for watching. For more information, see the General Circular or Chapter 14 of the Civil Service Rules.